Hello everyone, this is Caly Person. Welcome to another video tutorial for the Greetery. Today's card tutorial features products from the Floral Arches collection. There is a stamp and stencil combo as well as a set of coordinating dies. The stamp and stencils come together and work together to create the floral arches that you see on the card. There are 7 stencils, including an arch stencil, that allows you to create a really colorful arch design. With the die, you're able to die cut the floral arch out for added dimension to prop on a card, and there are also some loose flowers that coordinate with the stamp set to be used with or without the stamp set. I'll be referring to the Floral Arches Stamp and Stencil Guide to help me create this floral arch. We'll be stenciling first and then stamping. I'm putting an A2 size card panel down here, and each stencil is going to be etched with an A2 size card panel on it so I know where to place that stencil for perfect placement with each stencil. This first stencil is going to be for the foliage as well as the second and third stencils, so I'm using 3 different shades of green. Again, that Stamp and Stencil Guide is going to help you choose colors, and you'll see from the Stamp and Stencil Guide that the second stencil is the one that you want to choose for your darkest green. I'm using Evergreen here by Concord & Ninth for the ink color, and this is also the color that I'm going to be using for stamping on the foliage details once the stencil set is completed. For the third leaf layer, I'm going to be using a brighter traditional green. Since these areas are smaller, I'm going to be using a smaller detail blending brush so that I can get into the smaller areas of the stenciled areas. This stencil layer also includes these little flower buds or maybe even berries that I have ink blended in purple. Now moving on to some flowers using the 4th stencil layer, I'm using Briar Rose, which is a soft muted pinkish purple color. The 5th stencil layer includes smaller floral buds that will add lots of color to the rest of your floral arrangement. So I've used a lighter, brighter pink color for this layer. And finally, we have some small tiny blooms that I'm going to brighten up the entire arch with some buttercup yellow. Now for the final layer, it is a arch stencil, and this is completely optional, but because I'm using the coordinating arch sentiment stamp and die set, I know that that die that I'm going to cut out that arch sentiment die with is going to leave a little gap. And if you use the 7th stencil, you can create a almost halo or drop shadow for your floral arch. So I went ahead and just did a small trim of color using that same pink that I used on the 5th stencil. Once my stenciling is complete, I can go ahead and add details now using the Floral Arches stamp set. There are 2 stamps for each section for the top half of the arch and the lower half, so I'll be arranging them and lining them up perfectly before stamping them. The first stamp layer is going to add some stems and leaf details to all of the areas, and I'm using the same dark green that I used on stencil layer 2. Next, the Stamp and Stencil Guide says to stamp the details on the more muted purple flowers that I chose. So I'll line up those details on those bigger flowers and choose a darker color to stamp those flower details. And you'll see with just the stenciling, it's a beautiful floral arch, but once you add all these flower details and the stem details, this bouquet and floral arch really comes to life. Next, I'll add the flower centers to those large blooms using the same buttercup yellow that I used on stencil number 6. Then one last final detail to add is for those medium-sized pink blooms. And again, I'll use a darker, brighter color so those details can stand out and bring more interest to this floral arch. Okay, so now my floral arch is completed between the stenciling and the stamping. I'm using the coordinating die to die cut the floral arch, and I wanted to show you because it's a little difficult to see if you've lined it up correctly. I'm going to die cut this using some printer paper, and that's going to help me create a mask over my stamp and stenciled image. And I'll just use the die and slide it into place, and it'll kind of fit into place kind of like a puzzle, and you'll feel it when it fits into place because it'll stop moving, and you'll want to tape it down so that it doesn't move as you run it through the die cutting machine, and what you're left with is a perfectly die cut image with perfectly outlined borders. So that's a great tip for you if you ever have a die that you don't know for sure how it fits into place or if it's lined up properly. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp the sentiment using the Arch Sentiment Stamp and Die set. I'm using the same dark green that I used on my background. This is going to help coordinate and make everything a little bit more cohesive as far as colors go. Now I'm going to use the word hello, and that's going to fit exactly in between the two gaps there on that arched sentiment, so they're meant to go together. And here I'm going to use the same tip that I shared for the large floral arch. That word hello is a little difficult to line up, so I've die cut it from some thin paper here, and I'm just going to snip these two pieces apart so that I can line up the word hello more easily. So I'll use that negative, line it over the hello just perfectly, and then I'll take the die and try to put it over the word hello where it fits like a puzzle, adhere it down with some temporary tape, then I can die cut it and get a perfect die cut. Of course, die cutting the arch sentiment is also an option. You don't have to die cut it. I just like to do that for extra dimension. And again, with the way I stenciled my arch, I can get this soft pink outline all around that sentiment. I'll also add double-sided foam tape to the back of the word hello because, again, dimension. And this is going to be easy to do if you cut down your foam strips into tiny, manageable pieces. And if you take the backing off, you'll be allowed to manipulate that foam more easily so it can go around curved areas in the sentiment on the back side. So that keeps my sentiment nice and supported over this archway. Now I could leave it there, but I decided I wanted to fill up more of that white space on the arch. So I'm using die cuts from the coordinating die and ink blending those pieces with the same colors that I ink blended with my stencil set. Then I'm going to stamp those same details on the loose flowers that I have here. There are details on the stamp set that are also loose so that you can have the option of also creating loose flowers for different arrangements on your projects. So once I've stamped all of these details on my flowers, I can create little mini bouquets within that arch sentiment white area. And I'm just going to do that by adding little dabs of glue and creating some filler flowers here and there above and below the word hello to make this card a little bit more interesting. On a white A2 size card panel, I'm going to be ink blending the center of this panel with some light blue ink. I think that's really going to create a nice soft shadow in the background, giving your card a bit more color than just applying it directly over a white piece of cardstock. And then I'll finish up here by adding that whole panel to a card base. That completes my project for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. You can find out more on the coordinating blog post linked below in the descriptions. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit that bell to get notified for future videos. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye everyone.